Hey everyone, this is Rolly again. So today we're going to show some battles in the Master League. So I did try a team out with Garchomp using Fireblast. Uh-oh, my side commentator fell over. Okay, he's going to stay like that. Fireblast Garchomp. So I wanted to try out Garchomp last time around so I can deal with the pesky Magnezone. But I kept getting walled by Togekiss, so figured maybe this will be a good solution. I know I've heard of the spicy Garchomp Fire Blast pick, so I did some battles early this morning, and they were okay. I didn't do too horribly. I think I went negative just one of the sets, and I'm going to showcase a set here that I went, I think, 3-2. There was a 4-1, and I think two other 3s and 2s, and then I did horribly in one of the sets. But this was the last set of the 5 sets of the day. I wanted to show this one because this is the only set where I actually successfully landed a Fire Blast on a Togekiss. And you'll see what happens when I do that. So I'm using, again, my Metagross, 100% Best Buddy. I'm using Gyarados with the Community Day moves and Dragon Breath and Crunch. And my Garchomp with Fire Blast. So, okay, this is a good lead. I'm no longer afraid of... Oh, that was Charizard, sorry. That's a terrible lead. So that was the Best Buddy Charizard. I don't know, for a second I thought it was Dragonite. I was like, it's not a horrible lead. Why am I switching out? Before I would have, because I don't want to lose my Metagross immediately. This is an interesting team, because they're running Heracross and Charizard. This is a spicy team. So I blocked the first close combat. I'm assuming the second one is a close combat. It is. But I know it's not going to take me out from that range. Since Gyarados resists close combat. So then they come in with a Mamoswine. I'm feeling pretty good at this point, because as long as I can align my Garchomp with Charizard, I think we'll be fine. So at this point, I needed to win Switch. Winning Switch was crucial. So I figured this is a Bulldoze. I needed to shield that. Not that it would take me out, but then maybe Charizard might be able to farm me down. So I'm good. I aligned my Charizard with my Garchomp. And smartly enough, they decided not to go with Blast Burn. I don't know if Blast Burn would do more than Dragon Claw, since it's resisted by Garchomp. It might still do more. I'm assuming it would still do more. I need to check that. But they were probably trying to bait. There's nothing to bait. There's no more shields. So maybe they thought it did more damage. I would think Blast Burn would do more, even if it is resisted. It's just a strong move. There you go. So that one was a good game. Good alignment. Very spicy team. Very spicy team. Kudos to that trainer. So feeling good. We're going against Ali BB, baby. Previous rank 10. Alright, so this is not a good lead. At this point, Gyarados is pretty safe switch. Even with Magnezone being an extreme counter to it, I'm actually happy to have Magnezone come out to Gyarados, because I can chip away and then I can just kind of try to farm down with my Garchomp. So I've noticed that Gyarados is becoming a really good safe switch with this team, because I'm no longer afraid of getting walled by Magnezone. So whatever Gyarados comes in contact with, it'll do some damage. Like, it almost took out this Dragonite. Now I have a shield advantage. Alright, so we're just gonna farm down. Assuming the Swampert coming back in, and then now we lined up we're going to go for Blast Burn. So Blast Burn does take longer to get to than Earthquake. Slightly longer. I think it's like 2 much shots more. And they didn't shield. So yeah, it feels so good when you can land a crazy nuke like that. Especially if you're just trying it out randomly. You're like, oh crap, it hit. Yeah, they're probably thinking I was trying to bait their shields. I have nothing to bait shields with at this point. Outrage is my bait move. Crazy enough. So at this point, this is tricky. I try to. Okay, so I ended up switching into Garchomp to absorb that energy, and I'm assuming there's another one coming in. Not yet. So yeah, I couldn't let Garchomp go down just yet because I knew he was close to outrage. So I figured if my Metagross goes down for some reason, I could still come back in with Garchomp and get to the outrage. So that's a GG. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I finally figured out this team. Maybe I'm gonna finally start getting good positive battles. I was doing okay, like I said. I had one really horrible set, and that was the first set where I tried this team out. And at the beginning, you're just always kind of testing out the waters. You're trying to learning your team. You're trying to. I don't really use Garchomp very often. I didn't use it at all last season, so I'm still learning, like what it's best against, how the mirror match works. So here we have. Magnezone in the lead, and I tend to never bait, as I mentioned earlier. And it's like, it's still like 50% chance they're gonna shield, 50% chance they won't. And even in the mirror match, I don't bait, and now I'm starting to rethink that because I keep getting baited with Meteor Mash, and I end up losing the mirror match. Even if I'm 100% best buddy, so it's tricky. It's tricky. Um, but I'm glad I can get Magnezone out of the way early on. Again, Magnezone to me is the biggest threat. But maybe I should have switched into Garrett. No, not Gyarados. Just to kind of chip away at it because I knew that I might get locked in with Togekiss. So here I land the Fireblast. So I'm finally excited because after all the sets, I never was able to do it. But it doesn't do enough damage to KO. And I don't end up winning this match, I think. I'm pretty sure I lose, but that would have been a sweet way to win. So I guess you have to have a Togekiss that's chipped at it already, like maybe at 75% health, and then Fire Blast it. But yeah, unfortunately, it still wasn't enough. So maybe if I would have switched Garchomp into Magnezone, they would have immediately switched into Togekiss. I would have been able to get off one Fire Blast and get at least a shield or do a lot of chip damage. Not that Togekiss is a Pokemon I want to get out of the way either, though. I do want to get Magnezone out of the way. I can get Magnezone, but I want to align my Magnezone with my safe switch Gyarados. So in the lead, it's tricky. It's still tricky in the lead. But I no longer have to worry too much about the Dragonite, Metagross, Magnezone teams that are everywhere. Of course, I didn't run into them that much using this team, but when it is a problem with Magnezone in the back, I run into it all the time. So now we have Garchomp in the lead, so I'm trying to... And it's tricky, like, you don't know, are they baiting you with a Sand Tomb, or... Okay, I let it go. I guess I called the bait. I think Metagross can survive 3 Sand Tombs. Okay, so this is not too bad. I try to make sure I shield the Outrage correctly. So here with Snorlax, I tend to go Aqua Tail. I doubled up, hoping to bait maybe that I have like an Outrage or maybe a Hydro Pump. If they're not counting, making sure that I overfarm. That doesn't. I'm not sure if the best move is to go Aqua Tail or go straight Crunch. But those body slams do start to hurt, especially when they double up. And that was a Skull Bash. I was like, wait, what happened? How did that do so much damage? That was a Skull Bash. And I still, luckily, am able to win that switch advantage. So, who do I go in with? Okay, I go back in with Metagross. I know they have Sand Tomb at this point, so even if they hit me with a Sand Tomb, whatever, I can probably still get to, or chip it down far enough where I can farm down, and they get to another Sand Tomb, they throw their energy. I'm not sure if I win this match. I probably don't. Because I think I remember this one that my my mistake was I went straight for Fireblast, and you don't have enough energy to get to the second one. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Never mind. I lost the last match this way, and we'll look at it because here as you can see, they get to Meteor Mash first again. Oh, so I lost this one. Never mind. So you can't, with both starting with 0 energy, you can't really go double Fire Blast. So you have to bait once with the Meteor Mash, and then land the Fire Blast after with a Metagross. If they have a shield, you have to bait out the shield, the first shield. So that's noted. I'm excited to keep trying this team. Actually, I really like this team. I think I got the hang of it for a little bit. I really like Gyarados as a safe switch. Metagross, obviously, you need some bulk. I was using Magnezone for a while. I was using that same line, Dragonite, Magnezone, Metagross. But I feel like I'm horrible at baiting, and I always bait incorrectly. Which is why I don't like to bait. Which is why I don't like to use Sandtomb, because I bait at the wrong time, and I always end up regretting it. At least here, I'm like, well, I didn't have anything to bait with, so who cares? It got shielded or it didn't. It either hits or it doesn't. At least I know exactly what I'm expecting. So I stopped running Magnezone for that reason. Every time I went for Mirror Shot, they didn't shield, and once for Wild Charge, they shielded, and it somehow didn't work out for me. But yeah, I'm actually really liking Fire Blast. As weird as it is, I honestly forgot that this Pokemon learned Fire Blast. I was on somebody's Twitch stream and somebody mentioned, like, I'm using Garchomp with Fire Blast, and I was like, what? Why would you do that? And I was like, okay, wait, that makes a lot of sense. You want to not get walled by Togekiss, and at the same time, it's still super effective against the steals, which is what the purpose of Earthquake is. So I think it's has actually a lot of usage. It does take a little bit longer, like I said, to get to that Earthquake, but it's not by much. Maybe I think it's 2 mud shots more. And you know, Garchomp can just spam those mud shots, so getting to Fire Blast usually is not an issue. But now we know against in the one shield against Metagross, you have to bait out the first shield and then go Fire Blast to land. So there, I got a 3 and 2 set, but not bad. I think this got me back over 2,500 elo. Let's see, I had gone up pretty high, and then I got close to 26, and then I came all the way back down to 24 something, and now we're back at 25. So we'll start like that tomorrow again. I guess I'll spend the rest of today doing mega raids, because that seems like a fun thing to do today. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.